Hello, good morning. Welcome in to another episode of Good Morning Nasdaq right here on the Clover Trading YouTube channel. It is a beautiful Friday morning. The sun is shining. Is it shining for you, Huddy?
It's a nice day.
It's a nice day. It's 8:54 in the morning. It is the 18th day of July, year of our Lord 2025. And we're here. I'm in the midst of a losing streak. Huddy's probably having the best week of his career. That's how it
Having the
goes.
best week of the year.
That's how it goes. I'm just trying to survive. He's probably just trying to get through it so he can write it down. But we're here. We're alive. The market is going to open here in 35 minutes. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to do a little pre-market prep, talk about the biggest gappers of the day here in small cap land, go through their dilution, their catalyst, what's moving them, a little bit about the daily chart. I know we have at least two, maybe three gappers in that kind of 70-80+% range. So we'll talk about those. We'll answer any questions you guys have as well. So if you are Warren, Slycos, I know, thanks, Randy, Jack, Greg, that's a name that doesn't look English. Mike, Mash for Fun, Drummer Max, Wing. Let us know what tickers you have questions on. If you have any questions in general, we'll talk through it, answer some of them, and around 9:15 we'll call it quits. We'll head on over to the Clover Trading Room, and we'll wrap up our Friday. If that sounds fun, that sounds interesting, why don't you go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for us. Already 15 likes. We'd like to get that number up towards 50. Share it with a friend. Share it on social media. We're live every single day the market is open, and we post long-form content videos every single week. So, yeah, if you have someone who's interested in trading, and they're always talking about their Robinhood account and how they were buying this small cap stock, send a couple of videos their way. Maybe it would help them out. It would certainly help us out, and we would appreciate it. How are we doing, Mr. Hudson?
Um,
Mike's working hot today.
Dude, there's so much in play. That I'm just trying to make my watch list right now.
I said your
And just like
mic.
gather my thoughts. Huh?
I said your mic is hot today.
It is. We got a hot mic.
Yeah, it's working.
Heck yeah. Love to hear that. So
Why do
you
you
just
make your
gave a little
watch list in
intro.
the morning? You're so disciplined with everything else in your life. I don't understand why you can't sit down at 8 p.m. and just make the thoughts then.
Because my thoughts change by pre-market when I see the action and where they're gapping. And so instead of like changing all my thoughts that I had planned for the night before, I like to make them given the information that's in front of me, right?
I guess, but
Like
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 most of the time they don't change that much
I mean, I guess.
for your patterns.
I just find that like I think I've built for the majority of my career my watch list at night, and in the past like 5 months, I've just been doing it in the pre-market, and I've just thoroughly enjoyed it better. I think less about it. It's more objective to me. I pull up the daily chart. I'm like, oh, this is what I want to do with this chart, and again, like the pre-market sometimes changes the plans completely, and I don't want to like necessarily like throw it out the window. I want to like take it for what it is and make the plan then. I don't know.
It makes
I've been liking
sense.
it.
It certainly makes sense. All right.
Don't knock my discipline.
Because it
I'm
just
making the
feels a
watch
little. It
list.
just feels a little like we lose you sometimes here in the Good Morning Show because you're out there making your watch list.
Well, to be honest, like I have also a disciplinary rule that I will not look at the markets until I sit down at this computer, which is exactly at 8:45 to join Dom. And like before then, I have a rule where I'm not checking social medias. I'm
You
not
don't
looking at
wake up
stocks.
at 6:30 and the first thing you do when you set that alarm off is just pop into Webull, Thinkorswim, and just see what some stocks are doing.
Not only do I not do that anymore, I have those apps deleted off my
No
phone. They're not
way.
even, yeah,
I'm not even
I don't
in
have any
BTOG,
apps.
and that was the first thing I did this morning was look. It's like, wow, it's at 90. Like
I
that.
just, I just, I just like again, like I don't like doing that. I don't like overthinking it. I want to get here. I get here. It's at 85 cents. I'm like, okay, great. BTOG, the breakout worked great. Congrats to all breakout buyers. That's freaking sick. And now it's like, what's my plan? Okay, either it gaps up into resistance and or it goes another day and I'm looking for a first red day. It's nothing to do with it. No reason for me to watch,
I
right?
just, I guess, like cheering on the other swingers. Like I like to put my mind I like to put myself in the position of like, whoa, what would I do here? I'd sell.
And then the other thing is like, if I was long BTOG for my system, I wouldn't be selling till market open. So like, no matter 95 or 75, like me seeing that number just makes me sad when it's not that number 2 hours later. So I really don't like looking because like I don't want to try to like just start cherry picking exits in the pre-market. I hate that. That's not for me.
You're a crazy Guatemalan.
I'm just trying to get in where I fit in and make some memories. You know what I said in the chat July 2nd? I said crypto and quantum look hot as heck. Get in where you fit in and make some memories. I hope some people have been making some memories.
I've been making some horrible memories, but let's get into the
Making a
biggest.
horrible
I am running one of the worst win percentages in a week you physically could. Let's talk about the biggest gappers of the day. The biggest one today, I know we have at least one crypto treasury play, but the biggest gapper of the day is TELO, Telomere. And it's a pharmaceutical company, a biotech. 17 million float. Sorry, I just kind of lost my voice for a second there. 17 million float. Their news is that they demonstrate telomere 1 reverses epigenetic gene silencing of STAT1, restoring tumor suppressor in human prostate cancer cells, outperforming chemotherapy and rapamycin. 8 months of cash left. Offering ability is high. Do you have any specifics on that? Is it just that giant ATM?
Is it rapamycin?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Isn't that like a COVID drug?
I don't know. Prostate cancer.
Oh no.
Is it just that giant ATM from February of this year? Rodman and Renshaw? $100 million left on it. And some warrants at 373.
They have kind of a need for cash. They're raised via pipe. They have an ATM, plenty of capacity. They have options, and they're doing just like a plethora of different things, and they need cash. It's not like necessarily a great company, just from what I'm reading.
All right, taking a look at the daily chart. There's a lot of volume yesterday. Was that in after hours? It was, yeah, right at the close, and we kind of did most of our run from 1 to 3, and have been going sideways, making some higher lows since then. Daily chart wise, the further back we go, it's top left to bottom right since its IPO last year. And today and yesterday are like the first days of realness. The first day they were like, hey, our name's Telomere Pharmaceuticals. Welcome. Can you please welcome us to small caps? We'd like to turn some volume. I want to have a 50 million day. I want to do 30 million in after hours. Like, we got some news. It's stage 1, telomere epigenetics gene silencing. Like, we want some of the action. And so from a perspective of looking at behavioral tendencies, what the stock does when it spikes, we don't have that because this is really it. This is its freshness. You have some resistance. You could draw your lines at 5, 7, 850. There's certainly some price ceilings and floors and support and resistance in those areas, but it really hasn't done much. So we're kind of looking at a fresh chart here on TELO, up 150% right now, was up higher earlier, and holding up quite well and sideways here into the pre-market. What do you think? Telomere.
I don't think much of it. I think it's just like this like long-term downtrending stock that's like getting some action. Why is it getting action?
Stage 1, genetic something.
I don't know. Probably short biased.
Probably short bias. Turned out some pretty good volume. It's fresh chart. One, I would just say I wouldn't be surprised either way. Float's kind of big, 17 mil. So nothing too dangerous, I don't think. There's range to be had in either direction. It is up a few dollars a share, and there's not real any big resistance overhead. So it's just not a chart that has. There's range to be had. That's Telomere, your biggest gapper of the day. Moving on to the next one. I want to talk about MEIP next, because I think they have news. 34 minutes ago, they announced a $100 million private placement to initiate Litecoin treasury strategy, becoming the first and only publicly traded LTC holder on the national exchange. Let's clap it up for Litecoin. So people are now like, okay, this theme is getting a little ridiculous. How can we make a splash? What is something no one else is doing? Let's do Litecoin. Didn't someone just do Dogecoin the other day?
I don't know. Did they?
I think we saw it. It might have been BTOG. Let me see. I think it was BTOG. Dogecoin Treasury yesterday. Yeah. Hilarious. So Litecoin's got to be better than that, right? I don't know anything about crypto. It's not Fartcoin. I'm on the wrong stock. What is it? MEIP. So we got Litecoin news. We have, it looks like a pretty clean company, 6.5 million float. They have a little bit of cash, but not a lot, 6.4 months. And this is a chart that's been up the past few days and now is kind of blown off its top. Do you see anything in the filings that would make you more extra short biased?
I mean, my first question is, I don't know crap about crypto. I wish I knew more, but is Litecoin like a good coin? I don't think so.
You need to get Kyle on to know.
We need Kyle. I don't think Litecoin is like a great one.
I think it was always like a what's the word? A long shot. Like it was always cheap and you could always buy it and maybe one day it would work. But I don't remember. It's LTC. I don't know. I don't have prices for that stuff on this computer. What do you think here?
There's 29 million shares at $3.42. That's a lot, if that's true.
Talk me through. You're looking at this chart for the first time. You're looking at this company for the first time. You're looking at this catalyst for the 400th time. What do we think?
I cannot confirm nor deny if there's 29 million shares at $3.42, but if there is, that's super bearish in my mind.
I was trading down there the last few days.
I don't really see that in its filings right now. 29 million. Like for me personally, I've been avoiding shorting all crypto plays lately because I feel like that's well, at least the gappers, because I feel like they've been kind of like strong or resilient. But like this week we've seen a lot of them fail. Like SONN had some news and it failed horrendously. And the VLCN had some news yesterday and it failed horrendously.
And the thing about SONN was that it was kind of like this, where it was already on a run, and then it had the news, and it gapped up big. So maybe similarity. I remember EYE did that too.
I just like don't mind the idea of ignoring crypto plays, but they have been fading well this week. So I wouldn't be like bullish.
That's all you got there? Yeah, I don't really have a ton of extra thoughts. It's already extended. It's up from the 2s as high as the 11s, down into the 8s now, up 85%. Decent volume right now. But it's, again, one of those things where it's like, I feel like it's just flip a coin. Flip a Litecoin. Do they go up and grind all day? Do they pull back and then grind up later? Do they fade all day? I didn't really want to play that game straight up. I would rather play them, for like something like a BTOG yesterday, where it's like you have the news, but it also aligns with a daily chart where it becomes an obvious pattern, not where it's like day 4 here and we're capping up 100%. Like y'all can have that one. I just don't really, I'd rather wait for the ones that become different types of plays down the line versus just this, big move in pre-market. It's not for me. What's your favorite color, Huddie?
Purple.
Really?
No, this is what came out of my mouth.
Yeah, that was like left field. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for us. Let me make sure that button's still working. If a bunch of you hit it right now, it should go up. And if it does, I'll know for a fact that button's working. So if we want to test that out real quick. Okay, it is working because that number's going up. Just want to make sure. 1, 2, 3, German Max. Dom, be like 8 p.m. for a first green day. Was that a day 1 gapper? Yesterday wasn't red. You guys are very simple rules for reversals. Like the most basic rules ever. It does look to be going sideways at a base in the 180s. What was that? Oh, that dumped like end of day, and it wasn't news or something. It just kind of trapped and slapped, right? Did it? Trapped and slapped, right?
Trapped and slap, baby. Trap and slap.
I don't know. You guys can have the reversals. I don't want them right now. Could it bounce towards 3? Yes. Will I be watching it? Probably not. What is this movie? It's around 300%. It's around 300%. You can't say it isn't. Wing says, Dom, when you have a bad week, do you stick to your play still? Size down, question mark. Like, how do you manage your mindset? Not getting emo. I'm guessing you mean emotional, but, it can definitely lead to being an emo as well. Being emo. Kind of some sort of combination of all the above. I've kind of learned throughout my career how to deal with it for myself. It used to be I needed to size down. I needed to take less plays. Now it's just trying to get back to the blueprint and know that it will solve itself over time. It's one of those things. It's kind of like, time will heal this wound. I'm just, in a way, getting really unlucky this week. In a way, trading really bad. It's kind of a combination of both. And there's no excuse for missing things in my world. But we know that when you're mentally struggling with trading, that sometimes you can just purposely find the ones that fail and miss the ones that work. And that is just a funny part of the game. And yeah, so I have taken away reversals for the time being. ABVE worked yesterday, even off a big gap up. So just noting that, I probably would like to see another one work or two before I start to dive into those again. So taking away patterns that aren't working for me, put my focus on stuff that is working, which continues to be breakouts, although I can't you seem to find the right ones. Definitely trading them. I found the ones that fail, but I haven't really sized down on those. But focus on what is working, and just know that it will change. I'm looking at 1 week, 5 days of 250 trading days in the whole year. So, I have to just know that it will get better, manage risk in an effective way, so that way, as I struggle, it doesn't need to draw me down too much. I can struggle. I can. What's the word? I can be sad sideways. I don't have to lose a bunch of money just to be in a drawdown. Why don't you guys trade pre-market? Is there a short reason why? Huddie? He doesn't want to look till 8:45.
No, my reason is because I trade off data, and none of my data includes after hours or pre-market levels. So I personally cannot consider them significant. If a stock breaks out in the pre-market, then on my data sheet, it won't show a breakout. It'll show a stock gapped over a breakout level. So it's not a breakout for me. I need a stock to open up underneath the breakout level and break out during market hours for that to end up on my data for me to call it a pattern. So that's why I don't trade pre-market, because I have zero edge, I have zero information, I have zero data. It is absolute gambling, and it's dangerous. So that's not for me.
I just prefer, I think the 9:30 to 4 a.m. window is plenty of time to be sitting here. I don't want to do more of it. That's as simple and cut for me. Like, I want my life to entail things other than trading, and waking up at 4 a.m. and going to bed and stop trading at 8 just sounds ridiculous to me. Wherever, even if there's an edge there, like, I will happily miss it. Where's Kyle? Kyle is sitting, hanging out, talking in the room. Kyle doesn't do Good Morning Nasdaq. We feel like that's rude, as we live on East Coast time and it's 9 a.m. And for him, it is 6:13. So when Good Morning Nasdaq starts, it's in the 5s. So it's just out of a nice thing to do. He absolutely will show up anytime I say, hey, Huddy can't be there. Hey, I can't be there. He shows up for us. But we don't need him every single day. J-Bone says,
confirmed with me that he's watching. He's confirmed with me that Litecoin is a piece of crap in his opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
he knows
that's harsh for him, coming from him.
Yeah,
Dom,
he's a nice guy.
what is your favorite fall vegetable? I actually don't know what fall vegetables are. Is that like pumpkins? Squashes? I actually don't hate squash. I never eat them, but I like a good sweet potato. But my favorite
The sweet potato
vegetables is
squash.
like onions, like onion and garlic, like dumb ones. I really like salad. It's a
Whoa,
weird
what
thing.
did onions ever do to you?
I like onions.
You just call them dumb.
They are. I feel like they're just like a side thing that you throw on other vegetables. Like you
Like
don't.
it's the circle.
If I'm chopping onions, will just like snack on them as I'm eating them. Like I like them.
Oh, by the way,
Uh,
circle.
Someone asked about QBTS for the breakout. We tested it yesterday and holding nicely at highs. Yeah, you kind of got a grouping, right? You kind of got the old quantums
I'll
from
tell
the
you what.
fall. Okay.
If you're not already in QBTS, I don't know what you're doing. If you like it,
Well, I think there's
I feel like
time.
yesterday
I think there's time.
there might be time, but I feel like yesterday was the trend break and like the start of like
Yeah, no, I just had a
good
trend
risk
line on there.
reward.
I just had, where is it? What time frame had it? I had a line right there over what,
Daily.
like 17?
Yeah. Like I think if I'm in QBTS, I want to be in from the 17s, at this point. I'm not. Good luck chasing them.
Um, yeah, what I was gonna say was you kind of have the grouping of the old former runners from fall minus QMCO. You got RGTI that's had a nice little breakout over the 14-15 area, but still has overhead from the fall runs. You have QUBT, which is kind of making a little ABCD on the daily against this 22 to 27 level from the fall. I feel like QBTS is my least favorite because it already is done. It's already broken out over those highs. Like we had a really nice move over the $11-12 area into the $20 area. But it most certainly is setting up for a big breakout. I think all three of those have merit in terms of watching them, but you're going to have to come up with your own plan for how you want to go about trading them. I kind of have my idea, and for some reason, I like QUBT the most. And we're all entitled to our opinions before Huddy talks. But yeah, I think those three, there is merit to be either being in, to being watching. The thing I like about QUBT and RGTI more is that I think there's even a play, even if you miss all of it down here at the next level higher. So that's what I kind of like about those. The big breakout level is overhead still. So everything you do down here is early. Even whether you're buying 22, 24, 19, they're all early. So I like that.
Well,
What?
wait, you just gotta get to talk.
I was gonna say before you go, you need to be in this one, not that one. I'm so smart. I'm Huddy. I have record weeks on weeks that Dominic struggles.
So I went to a bar last night and I chatted up this like New York lady who said like we were talking crap on Jim Cramer, to be honest, and we started just talking. She's like, so like where are you positioning yourself right now? And I was like, well, I'm technically in crypto, quantum, and nuclear stocks. And she looked at me and she was like, looked like she had experience. And
You could tell that from
she looked at
looking
me and
at her.
she said, Huddy, in 30 years, some of these quantum, like we are so early. Like this AI stuff is so huge that in 30 years, these stocks that you're trading right now are going to be so much higher. It's just like you kept saying like you're early, you're early, you're early. Like I think we're so early. Like we don't even know what some of these stocks are, and they might be like not the future apples, so to speak, but like these quantum stocks. I don't know which ones. I don't know. I'm not a fundamental guy. It could be huge. Could be like $300 stocks, and we're just trading them at 20, thinking like, oh, like we sold 24. How great did we do?
We did what we
Like
could
some of these are
do.
going to trend.
We did what we could do. Jabril, probably a question for Huddy, but is this the hottest market ever? I've been trading for 20 years. I've never seen a never-ending uptrend like this. I guess you're probably talking about
This
the
is
SPY.
Yeah, so this is like a pretty big anomaly. Like I was reading on Twitter that like some like short-term moving average has held up for like 59 consecutive days, which is like hasn't been seen in over 20 years. So yeah, this is a crazy run from April to now. The leg is getting extreme, the stocks are getting extreme, the valuations are getting extreme. Um, and it's produced some really some great setups along with it. And I hope it doesn't end, but like it's all getting very extreme, and I don't know if that means there's a short-term top coming, but it's kind of ridiculous at this point.
Yeah. All right. Good questions today. Good dialogue. We'll be live again Monday morning to start the next week at 8:45 a.m. If you're interested in hanging out with us more to see Kyle, who's absolutely going nuts and just talking a lot in the room right now, you can always get joined up with us over at clovertrading.io. If you want to get signed up for 3-leaf, 4-leaf, or black clover, get yourself in the room, get access to the trade alerts, the watch list daily, as well as weekly in live webinars, as well as the archived and video lessons. If that interests you, clovertrain.io. If not, you're just here to be part of the community on YouTube. Appreciate that. Just make sure you're hitting the thumbs up button that you are subscribed to the channel. That's all that we ask. It's absolutely free, and it makes us really happy. So we hope you guys have a wonderful Friday, a wonderful weekend, and we will see you again Monday morning. Toodaloo. Right, Huddie?